The pageantry of college football on full display tonight as we've got drones with a red and white light show to get the black shirt faithful ready to go. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the USC Trojans, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Cornhuskers will kick it away first. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Trojans' offense will get first crack at it today. And we've been really eager to see this matchup, this quarterback against an elite defense. Jesse, what does a quarterback have to keep in mind when you face a group like this?
Well, he's just going to have to be dialed in. He's had a lot of success this year so far. This is a different animal than this defense he's playing. He's got to be really good with his decision-making, throwing it, running it, pre-snap.
Turning it on! That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
The Trojans just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. That's reeled in. It's Lane.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains. For all of the star quality that USC has been built on, good offensive line, strong running game has always been a hallmark.
No doubt about it. I think they're built on, the passing game and explosive playmakers out wide, but they've always had that balance at USC. You got to have a little bit of the boring to go with the glitz and the glamour.
Good timing on the quick out. Out of bounds he goes. They'll mark it at the 16. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Spits it out to the back. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Going for 6. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And that is no good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is. So Nebraska's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Looking downfield, it's Raiola. Pulls it in, it's Johnson. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere, it's a turnover.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games, that loses games, and that is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. A really nice job methodically driving down the field the last time they had it, but the missed field goal ruined the drive. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Get it out on the screen. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Takes the handoff. It's Jordan. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. And the Trojans with the 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
3rd down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make movement change impossible. Fires it incomplete.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Huskers now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. They'll try the run. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. And the Huskers will bring the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Just needs a crack to get a return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Jordan. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. To the air. It's Mayava. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
It's a really nice job out there making the catch. I feel like fans are always expecting one of these Trojan receivers to be in the conversation for being best in the country, right? Because of the success they've had in the past and certainly in more recent years. There's a lot of pressure to play that position now at the Coliseum and at USC, but this guy right here, he has been making his mark on this offense.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. The Trojans are marching down the field. Gets the back moving. The give to the back. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Back to pass. Makes the catch, and he will score! Touchdown, USC! A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target, then make the big play, get the touchdown.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the pass is incomplete, and that wraps up the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and USC has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Dropping back, it's Raiola. Just a short pass to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Ball's at the 27, this offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle, it's Barney. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
When offenses run these slant routes, it's about putting the ball right on the numbers, and defensively, I got to be able to take those angles right away. See where he's at, break on the football. Poor angles there by the defense. The offense took advantage with some nice yards after the catch.
Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Cornhuskers come to the line with a new set of downs. With the catch, it's Barney.
You hate giving up that play if you're the DB on this one because you're playing man coverage, you're trying to defend a slant route, you've taken the inside away. That's where your leverage is. You'll allow anything to happen to the outside. You're trying to funnel the receiver to the boundary. You just cannot let the receiver beat you to the inside.
The Huskers come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Surging forward on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. They had this drive going, but they face a 2nd and 15. Wants to go up top. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Raiola. A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. And this field goal attempt will be a 48-yarder and not straight on from the left side. Right down the boulevard. It's good. This is now a 7-point game.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. And the Trojans have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. The sure hands, it's Jordan. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down. Unloads it downfield. Catch inside the 25. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
After almost housing it from deep, they'll try to finish the deal from the red zone. Looking for a crease, it's Jordan. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. What a good job by the defense to force that play outside.
And it's tough when you're a defense and you like to play fast and aggressive. Those counter plays are usually something that's good to run.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
There's a very high standard and a high bar when you're playing defense at Nebraska. You always hear people talk about the black shirts. Well, this guy right here, he fits into that because of his speed. You saw in that blitz, they had no shot of blocking him. He's able to get home to the quarterback to come up with a massive sack.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. He'll keep it himself. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. The Trojans started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Trojans.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point was good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Hold it, finds his man on the left. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line, warp speed for 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Raiola. Here's a heat. There he goes. The 40, at the 30. The 10, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Cornhuskers!
This quarterback is so good at creating. When plays break down, when things aren't perfect, he has the ability to buy time, use his athleticism, and torch a defense, and he did it right there with his legs.
The AT unit on the field. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. You want to talk about answering each other's score. That's what we have going on right now, Jesse.
Yeah, and this offense, it's been impressive just seeing how well they've been executing, too, because they're playing with a sense of urgency, David. They know they've got to go score a touchdown every time they take the field.
It's like a tennis match. You're just trying to break serve at some point, just back and forth. Both offenses having a lot of success in this football game.
He'll ride his man on the option. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Offense set on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Sanders. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. On the ground, it's Jordan. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. And the Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Sends it back in motion. Looking for a man. It's Mayava. Dumps it off in the flats. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Trojans can really attack on this second and short. Fires to the big fella. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He'll pull it down. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Going to take a shot on second and short. Grab near the marker. It's Strachan. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. He needs to make sure those mechanics are pure from the right hash and 40 yards away. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. 2 workhorse running backs who just kept pounding the rock behind offensive lines who look less like college kids and more like bulldozers. Call it ground and pound, call it pin and pummel. Both sides have been dominant, and I'm curious to see if either defense can make an adjustment. And with that, back to the sea of red and our guys at Memorial Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Trojans will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
They're setting up the screen, and he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. To the air, it's Raiola. Throws to the wideout. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. And the Huskers will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Finds a little bit of room and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 43. The Trojans with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Breaks into the open. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And the Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Gonna run it. It's Jordan. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Fires to the right. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans! The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
Ready to try the point after. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They put together a 65-yard drive for the score. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Back to throw, it's Raiola. Fires one high and deep. Makes the catch down the right side. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. He'll pull it on the read. Past the 1st down marker and still running. He'll go out of bounds, and he steps out right at the 8-yard line, and this offense is in business.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play,
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger with throwing the ball so close to the goal line. You might get sacked.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
Got it in the middle. It's Key. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to...
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. Just drives it between the uprights. Now a two-possession game at 24-13. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Scanning the field, it's Mayava. Unloads to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Pass interference, defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
He'll do it himself. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
He'll keep it himself. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Nice job there by the QB on the zone read, because he's watching the D lineman and he knows he has to keep the football, and then he right away takes it upfield to get some positive yards.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. 3rd down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. Throws toward the end zone. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Trojans decide to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Oh, he's got some space. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the 3rd quarter stats. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. Looking for a man, it's Raiola. Fires to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Trying to burn this defensive back. He's got it on the outside. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. The Cornhuskers will have it 1st and 10. They'll send the back in motion. To the air on 1st down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And it falls incomplete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They just keep firing. This time it's complete. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Wants to go up top on first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got room on the return. The 20. And he is taking it all the way back. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
Yeah, and that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. The Huskers want to move quickly.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best at...
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Bringing the heat, and they got him for a safety.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20. Look out, he's got room.
The returner is tackled down at the 37, and the USC offense will...
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Pressure coming. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. And the Trojans will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. And the Huskers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking to pass, it's Raiola. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. That's caught. It's Hunter. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Wants to throw again. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. The Cornhuskers will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Caught over the middle. It's Hunter. They'll immediately call timeout. I don't blame them. They're going to keep working this guy out of the slot until somebody finds a way to stop him.
Yeah, and why wouldn't you, man? You find a matchup that's working, and you got a guy with this kind of athletic ability in the slot, dude. Keep finding him, keep using different routes. So far, the defense doesn't have an answer for him.
They'll go up top on 2nd and short. Grab near the marker. It's Mills. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Back to throw. It's Raiola. Into the end zone. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
The Huskers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. The give. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. They lost ground on 1st down, now 2nd and goal from the 5. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Huskers! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Getting set for the point after. Splits those uprights right in half. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
Now, I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job by this team being ready, getting the W.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.